Hey, good morning, guys. It is February 24th, and the text is from 2 Corinthians 12, and this is Paul kind of finishing up the second letter to the Corinthian church, and he's making his case for why. Um, well, a couple things. He's making his case for why they should listen to him, um, because he says to them, he kind of rehearses to them that he's never imposed um, his own will or needs on them, and he's always kind of laid down his own interests um, in light of theirs. And so, but he Chambers is focusing on verse 15 here, which basically says he's telling them he'd be poured out. He's glad to be poured out for them, and so in the NIV it says, "So I will very gladly spend for you everything I have and expend myself as well." And so have you ever been at someone's house and they say make yourself at home, um, and you and then they proceed to kind of dictate to you what that might look like, oh, okay, well, just if you could do this or if you could do that. And I don't know in particular that I've had that happen to me, but the just this idea of make yourself at home usually doesn't really mean make yourself at home. It's just an expression. It's not an actual. Um, it's not an actual gesture of, based in truth. And so we say that to Jesus. We say, "Make yourself at home." There's an old song that says, "Have thine own way, Lord, have thine own way. I am the potter. No, you are the potter." See, yeah, mix it up. You are the potter, I am the clay. Mold me and make me. Um, and I can't, the words are escaping me, but it's this idea that I'm clay and you're the potter. And there's even scripture that talks about that. Would the clay say to the potter, "No, no, no, you're doing it wrong"? And so I think Paul here, and Chambers as well, is talking about this. Once we lay down our life, it's not ours to pick it up again and dictate what God does with it. Chambers says we have no right in Christian work to be guided by our affinities, the things that we want to do. The delight of sacrifice is that I lay down my life for my friend, for Jesus. He's saying, not fling it away, but deliberately lay down my life. And so this idea that and and I think sometimes we get in this habit of kind of taking things back, laying things down, and then going back and picking them back up again. And so we do that with our own interests, with our own affinities, as Chambers would say. And we find ourselves, if we're not careful, not really living lives sacrificed to Jesus, not being that the broken bread and poured out wine that we talked about a couple weeks ago. He says down later in that paragraph, many of us are after our own ends, and Jesus Christ cannot help himself to our lives. The "make yourself at home," that expression, "make yourself at home," we say it, but we don't actually mean it. If we are abandoned to Jesus, we have no ends of our own to serve. We've given them up. We've given up and like I said one time previously, is thinking that one of the things that as believers we get wrong is thinking that our lives are ours to spend, and it's not ours to spend. We've given it up. If we truly understand what salvation costs, we've given up our lives. We've laid it down, and it's for Him to spend it. So I just encourage you to find those areas of your life and I will do the same, that I spend or I consider my own, and maybe learn to go back and say, "Lord, make yourself at home. Make yourself at home with my life. Um, Help me to see the areas where I'm picking it up and basically serving my own interests." You guys have a great day.